Welcome to another episode of The Warm Up, this show where we talk about sports, current events, and black culture. I'm Deuce, your host, and today I'm here with the fellas, Kev RL and Reg. How y'all doing over there in California?
We doing all right, man. Can't complain. Can't complain. We might have to run this back, bro. Sorry.
What's up with
Some
your mate?
Welcome to another episode of The Warm Up, the show where we talk about sports, current events, and black culture. I'm your host today, Deuce, and we have the fellas in the building, Kev RL and Reg. How y'all doing, man? You guys staying dry out there in California?
yeah, you know that hurricane went right past us, went to Nevada after it hit SoCal, so we good.
Hey, that's why the Bay is always a sweet spot, man. All right, it's good to be back again for another episode. Fellas, everybody out there, like, subscribe, and like. It helps the channel, and it helps us give better content to you guys. All right, so on the docket today, we got a whole mess brewing in Philadelphia. Something worse than that hurricane and earthquake that struck down in SoCal, right? Is it doom and gloom for the Sixers? The once title contenders are now in a tailspin as they stand to lose one current MVP and one former MVP in the same season. It's almost as bad as that Flash movie that came out. Kev, you think there's anything that can be done that can salvage this relationship? What are your thoughts on the matter?
The salvage? No, definitely not. The fact that Harden came out in public and said what he said, I think right there he put it in a place where it was pretty close to unsalvageable. And the NBA has fined him because of that. Not because of what he said, but because of what he said, but because of him indicating he won't really meet his commitments. I think that in itself already rubbing the management the wrong way. So in terms of salvaging that relationship, I don't see it happening. But we talked about this last episode, right? Harden's still gonna have to ball out because he's looking for that next contract. So he can't really phone it in. And if he does, again, that's gonna hurt his bottom line. So he can still gotta step it up. In terms of Daryl, Corey, which one is it?
Maury.
Maury?
Yeah.
More? Some say Moray.
I keep hearing Maury.
I heard an interesting take on what's happening right now with the Sixers in terms of job security. I don't know how much sense it make, but someone brought up the fact that, hey, if he goes into a rebuilding state right now, letting go Harden as well as Embiid, it somehow gives him job security with respect to having to rebuild, go into that rebuild mode and doing it, his way. And maybe have 5 more years to see, hey, what can you do? Can you work it out? Can you make it work? And they made reference to Ainge over there in Utah with the situation with D. Mitch and Gobert and how that didn't work out, let him go. And now he's in that rebuild mode and everything's looking really fine, looking up. Is that the goal? I'm not really sure, but as the way Harden put it out, it seems really shady that the dude said, man, I'm going to move you quickly after you opt in. And then he opted in. And there was nothing quick about that move. Everything was drawn out. It took a long time. So both sides, shady things are happening. Harden shouldn't have come up with what he did, even though that's in the past. And Maury out there making deals in bad faith. I don't think that's a salvageable relationship.
Doesn't look salvageable at all. And the fact that Harden went to China, who everyone in China hates Daryl Morey, it's like, yo, I hate him too. Here's why. That added just nothing but fuel to the fire. All right, Reg, one person we didn't talk about last week was Embiid and all this, right? The current reigning MVP. Embiid's been through a lot with Philly, right? The injury, enduring the process that stayed the process forever.
Yeah.
Watching that franchise
Still in the
draft
process.
multiple centers. Still in the process. Simmons, Fultz, Browns, his coach Brown's out, Jimmy's gone. So he's endured a lot, man. From Embiid's perspective and Philly's perspective, man, do you really think that Embiid is going to leave the team that led him to his first MVP title?
Ah, man, this is a tough one. I want to say, especially if Harden's leaving, I could see why he would leave. I don't see it happening. But he's he's come out and said, or at least we're hearing the rumor mill. So obviously there's talks. It doesn't make sense to me at this point. I feel like you might as well try it now. Might as well try it now. Like, well, what have you got to lose? You got the MVP season. Who knows with Harden gone, what you might get back, and just try and stick it out. Y'all weren't that far from it. Y'all had a lot of working things that were working and a lot of room for improvement. Like, imagine if some of the players like Maxey played well, but imagine if Tobias Harris shows up and all these other things that could happen. I would stick it out if I were him. I hope to not see him go at this point. I think it's a little too late.
I mean, the dude trademarked the process. It's like his official nickname, right?
Yeah.
It's trademarked, right?
Can't give up now.
You can't give up now. Hey, Reg, as the resident Heat fan, man, who would, because the Heat, they're involved in every trade, man. Like, no matter who's leaving, they're involved in like football trades, bro. Like asking to get in or whatever. Who would you give up? Rather, who would you not give up to get Embiid?
Ooh.
Outside of Jimmy.
Who would you not give up?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's like, I wouldn't give up too many pieces in a package, but if it's like a 2-for-1, like, I don't think anybody's off the table. Because if he's gonna, unless they're gonna play Bam at like the 4 or something, if he's gonna play the center position and Bam's just gonna be gone, like, we could give him up. And then Tyler Hero's always on the block, so it's like everybody else is on the block. We already lost some of those people though, so that's tough because I think Gabe's already gone. And I forgot who else we lost in the off. Laurie's still there. Let's give up Laurie if he's still there.
He's still there.
Yeah, we can give up Laurie.
He had like a good.
He had a good run. He had a good. No, he didn't just have a good
man.
game. He had a good run.
Yeah,
I'm not.
He had a good run.
I was happy. I was very happy with his play in the playoffs last season, but you know,
They did cap him at like what 20-25 minutes because Gabe was starting. Vincent was starting.
that's the thing. That's what was working. So that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind giving up Laurie because I don't know. So I don't think there's too many things off the table.
I'm surprised you let Bam and Tyler Hero go. I mean, Tyler Hero, he got injured, but he was one of their top scorers, and he's young. You know, he still got a lot of room to grow, and
For sure.
Bam has been pretty consistent. Like he was in the deficit in the whole run. You know what I mean? He was definitely.
There were points where he wasn't hitting the notes that you would need him to, but the rest of the team picked up the slack. But you know, especially in the last series, they didn't do that well. But he was a shining spot in that. So the only reason I would say he's on the table is, like I said, position wise. If they can find a way to keep him in a big trade like that and have like the 4 and the 5 going, I would love it. But I can see why they would have to let him go to make that happen. I wouldn't like to see it, but I can see why it would happen.
Yeah, that'd be a really crowded front court because Bam's range isn't where I think the Heat wanted to be, or maybe even he wants it to be.
Yeah.
So he won't be able to stretch the floor. They're not going to do like Minnesota, where Cat's out on the 3-point line and Rudy is doing Rudy-like things, man, for better and for worse and for worse.
Because Embiid can knock down a 3 every here and there, but that's not his. They're in the same space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nah, he's a beast in the middle, man.
Yeah.
So with this saga, man, there's money that's being taken away from folks here, right? So Harden, he took the L on an extension last year so they could bring in PJ Tucker and Daniel House from Houston, right? From the Houston days, running back. They fell short. I think they were up like 3-1. I think they were up 3-1. It was another Doc extravaganza, a Doc special. 3-1 and lost, right? And Harden he was there, then he disappeared. Well, the whole thing that he said in China, right? He would not be part of any organization that Morey is a part of. Reading between the lines, which the lines were pretty big, right? Easy to see. He doesn't want to come back to Philly. A-La Ben Simmons. So the NBA fined him for $100,000 for that statement. Knowing Harden's past, Kev, do you think if Harden does not come back, does that help or hurt his stock on the open market?
I don't see how it helps, and he has to come back. I mean, it's not an option, but I don't see how it helps. At the end of the day, this guy's been touring teams in the past 4 years. It's not a good look. What else do you need? We talked about how we never really seen someone who wants to get traded from the team where the main guy was the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
It seems odd. Like it ain't the others. Everybody was stepping up. So what does he really have to offer any other team that's out there right now? You know what I mean? Especially given that some people might be looking for the whole package. You'll be a play on the court, but also they don't want that trouble. Now, that's hard to say because it seems like people keep picking up people like Kyrie, and we've always talked about, hey man, ain't nobody
KD.
wanted with trouble, but
But the market for Kyrie, it wasn't what people thought it was going to be.
What the deal you got?
Well, yeah, because I mean, he tried to leave Brooklyn earlier, and he had to come back because nobody was really jumping at the chops to get Kyrie. And then we thought the LA thing would happen, but don't know what happened to that deal. It just kind of vanished.
Lakers didn't
right?
want him. As far as the rumor mill goes, Lakers didn't really want him.
Yeah.
But he found a place and he got that cash. So at the end of the day, some people
True.
are willing to take that risk on, a troublesome player. But he was producing. To contrast to what Harden has been doing. Yes,
Anytime he
again,
blessed the court, he was producing.
he was producing.
Yeah.
Harden had a pretty good season, but again, he was here and there in the playoffs. He had some really, really good games, really good games, and then ready to go. Disappear. Like, where's Harden? So, to me, his stock is going to always take a hit if he doesn't show up, and causing all these problems with all these moves he's been making is not helpful.
I want to echo that sentiment because I feel like, just like Kev said, and even if you look at Kyrie's example outside of all the antics or whatever, if you look at why he left Brooklyn, they weren't looking at a long-term deal with him for whatever reason. So I think the NBA understands the business, and they'll take that into account. He didn't just want to leave Brooklyn. They weren't willing to commit to another long-term deal. So he's like, well, I'm going to get out now. And like he said, anytime he played, he was performing. Harden, I don't know that first of all, what he played in Houston, or what he pulled in Houston with the, partying, not showing up, coming late, being out of shape, and he's still shaking that out of shapeness to this day. That Kyrie still looks, healthy. You know what I'm saying? He still looks in his prime. He still looks in form. So I think all of that gets taken into account. I think because he is still that caliber of player, though, I don't know how much it hurts. It definitely can't help.
I hear what you're saying, but going back, I want to touch on that Kyrie thing, man, because you said you put it all on Brooklyn. Like, Brooklyn wouldn't offer him the long-term deal for whatever reason. We know the reason, man. Kyrie, for all his greatness, Brooklyn didn't have faith that he was going to show up for work.
Yeah.
Now, I think we talked about that before, because I'm looking at it now. Man, Kyrie hasn't played more than 60 games. The last time he did it was 18-19, pre-COVID times. Remember those days?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the reason I throw out the whatever reason, we know the reasons, but there's so many, right? Is it COVID surging right now, health and safety protocols? Is it his availability on the court due to injuries, which has happened? Is his availability to the court because social issues? And then now he got hit with the fine and the suspension. So there's so many things. I don't know which one was the exact one, but like you said, availability, if you want to put it as an umbrella term, could be the reason.
Yeah, but to your point, Kyrie's a freaking talent, man. If he touches that court, it's your team has a chance to get that dub, man. That's just how powerful Kyrie is. And Houston Harden was like that. Since Houston Harden, glimpses of it, I don't expect him to be the same, but if he can just get consistent, I think that'd be powerful too. But we haven't seen that in the playoffs from Harden, man. And since I think all three of us said that the relationship is soured, man. We're not on the inside. We don't have the the Woj bombs and the taps like that. But what play you think the Sixers in a hypothetical trade could get back that will cause Embiid to stay? Or who's the best fit for what they have right now? Because that's what Murray's looking at. I mean, the dude did get Harden for Simmons. So I'm thinking he can reach back in his bag and do the same thing.
Dame?
You want to take a shot, Reg? Oh, okay.
Dame? If they can get Dame, Dame still wants out. Wasn't his preferred destination, but two players that want out.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm
What you
mad at
think,
that.
Kev?
I'm mad at that. I couldn't think of anyone, so putting Dame out there,
Yeah.
that's a big name. That's Dame time. That's scoring talent right there, and he's definitely more consistent.
Still
Yeah.
producing at a high level, never has issues being on the court unless he's injured. Shows up, he gives it his all. Like I think he would do well in Philly. I think Philly would receive him. Portland, I mean, if they're losing Dame, who else is in the market? You know what I mean? Like Harden's a big name. He has the talent. So the other people that you would have put out there already got traded. Bradley Beals, all those people that, oh yeah, maybe they could work. They already found a home.
Which, I feel like Phoenix is getting all the top line talent. Like, we don't need a bench. In fact, just get rid of the bench. We're not sitting down at all, man.
Yeah.
I think there's one name out there that he's not on Harden's level, right? Not on Harden's level. But the dude is a powerhouse, right? I'm thinking Zach LaVine in Chicago, right? And here's why I'm thinking that. Chicago was a little slower to give the man his deal, right? And they're not entirely happy with his performance, right? They were the best when they had Ball and Russo back there in the backcourt, locking people down, and Ball being a facilitator. LaVine is not a facilitator. DeMar tried to be a facilitator from what he learned in the Spurs, but that's not his bread and butter. So what if DeMar can score? DeMar can score. We've seen that. So what if Chicago gives up LaVine, who can score, send them to Philly? You got Maxey there as a point, and Chicago gets a point guard. Because Lonzo Ball just came out on the Trae Young podcast. Didn't know Trae Young had a podcast. Shout out to Trae. Like I know him. And he said he's gonna be out all next season again, man, for that knee.
They've been saying that for a while, yeah.
So what do you think about that Zach LaVine fit in Philly? I think that's what Murray's looking at.
You think so?
Murray always has something up his sleeve, man. He's a lot of things, but the dude has proven to be really savvy. I don't put the Westbrook trade on him when they gave up Chris Paul. I think he had to succumb to the forces that be. But everything he did in Houston made that team better, man. He did it on the fringes or as a surprise. So, I mean, the dude got Harden for Simmons.
Yeah.
True. I'm not mad at LaVine either, because I like LaVine as a player. I'm not sure how he's gonna fit in Philly though, but he plugged that gap.
He's not as good as a fit as I think Dame would be, but it's not a bad fit at all.
Yeah. I mean, he's a flamethrower, man.
Yeah.
I think that's all Embiid needs to take the pressure off of him. And if a Maxey can facilitate, I think you got a winner, man, for sure. All right. Any other final comments on the Philly disaster? The Philly spectacle. Let's call it that, because we don't know how it's going to turn out.
Exactly. I was gonna say we don't know yet how it's gonna turn out. It may not be a disaster. It may be all this brewing for something special to happen. Who knows?
It's like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. You don't know what you're gonna get.
What a twist!
It's gonna have a twist for sure. Definitely gonna have a twist. All right. So moving on, man. We're moving on to like the random topic. So what's been hot in pop culture, man, was BET. So I think, were you guys tracking that BET was on the selling block, and that Tyler Perry is about to get in on that?
No.
Yeah, man. Paramount was about to sell BET, right? And they had like an initial agreement with Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry had a group of folks, right? So it was him, it was Shaquille O'Neal, it was 50 Cent, and some other heavy hitters combining the money to get BET back, right? from Paramount. So that deal was out there. It seemed like it was a done deal, a done data. Then at the last minute, Paramount said, "Hold up, I know we agreed to $2 billion, but we went back to the drawing board, did another evaluation, and guess what? No, just like inflation, the price rose. We want $3 billion." And Tyler and group said, "Nah." So that stopped it from turning into Medea Entertainment, whatever was going to happen when Tyler bought it, man. So what I want to know, man, is BET. We grew up with BET in our childhood. What was your fondest memories of BET? Did you guys even watch BET as kids?
Come on, man. Tons more than I watch BET today. I don't watch BET today, but growing up, you come home, click, BET. That's just the channel it's gonna be on. For me, it's The Basement. You know.
Yeah, Rap City, The Basement, Big Tiggy,
yeah.
Big Tigger.
Yeah.
The freestyles in the booth. You couldn't beat that.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't beat that. That was raw.
Especially after MTV's run with Yo MTV Raps and stuff, there was a void.
Yeah.
That was the perfect. That was that next generation of like what people were doing with hip hop. Rap City, The Basement, and then 106 & Park. You Came Home was the hot video. They had TRL. We had 106 & Park, Free and AJ.
So to me, that's my 106 & Park.
There's no other 106 & Park with the 20 different hosts and nah.
Terrence
and Roxy. Okay, Terrence and Roxy. You right. I forgot about that. Terrence and Roxy was solid. Yeah, you right. You're right.
After
But they
that,
weren't
bro,
free and AJ. I feel like they asked like intelligent questions and also were entertaining, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to the channel, man. Like I don't know what happened to the channel, man. I don't got cable, but every now and again I look in to see what BET is playing. I'm like, yo, where's BET? Where's the music that we expect from BET? Where are the shows that we expect from BET? To me, it's just a lot of.
Yeah.
I don't want to put it down, man, but it ain't for me anymore. It ain't for me anymore.
You used to get all your good reruns there.
Yeah. I mean, for me, man, y'all remember Teen Summit?
I never really watched that, to be honest. I ain't gonna hold you.
I used to watch Teen Summit, man. I used to be in the Teen Summit and of course when BET Uncut.
I was gonna bring it up. I didn't know if you was gonna go there, man. That was the thing.
They went there. You know, it's not something we dreamed of. They went there.
Yeah.
BET Uncut was tight, and something that stands out in my memory, man. I'm not saying that it's on the top of my BET Glory Days list, but y'all remember what was his name? Rita, the animated video. They had like this animated cartoon character that was like a host, man. I think it was like Rita or something.
I don't remember that.
I remember that one. I feel like I have a vague memory of what you're talking about, but ain't nothing definitive coming to mind.
Yeah.
That was Cedar's World.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember seeing Cedar's World, thinking that was like the goofiest, wildest thing I ever seen, man. But once again, that's when they played music videos, and music videos are still like at the top of their game, man.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all those channels go through that. Like, the box is gone. I feel like VH1 actually used to be a music channel, right?
Almost purely, yeah.
MTV, like they all went through that. I mean, who watches music videos anymore, to be honest? That's what really happened.
I mean, I catch them on YouTube now. I mean,
here
I still
and
watch
there.
them on YouTube.
But people was watching the music video every day. What? This is the number one video for 40 days in a row. Like, people was watching music videos. Like, it's not like that.
Was fire.
Yeah.
Like, if you can remember, like Missy Elliott and Busta Rhymes, Ludacris.
Yeah.
Timberland.
Busta had many movies come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
I mean, shoot, man, Mike Williams built the whole career off of music videos at first, and he gave us Belly.
Yep. Because
and we ain't hear from him anymore.
I feel like every Timberland artist, whether it was Aaliyah, Genuine, they would always have that breakdown, and you will remember that when the song broke down and they had something going on in the video. Michael Jackson with the feature-length films. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Remember the times. Like, videos used to be it. Like, you couldn't have a song without the video.
Beyonce used to show up to the BET Awards, man, back in the day.
Yeah.
Now you can't pay her. You literally cannot pay Beyonce to show up for a BET award show,
Yeah.
Sad.
which is wild because I didn't see this last one, but I see clips of it, and it looked like just the club. It looked like it was just the club from the clips I saw. I can't speak on the totality of the wholeness of the product, but I'm gonna say I haven't heard anything good about it.
I ain't watching.
How the mighty have fallen.
I haven't been watching, so
Same here, man. Tapped out.
Nah, same. I don't even know what I used to know before. Kids before there was subscriptions and streaming channels. There were like legit channels, and I used to memorize the channels. Man, BET for me at the house was on 32.
oh,
I still remember that.
it was
Yeah,
like
28.
I think it was like 51.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's a big
I remember. Boy, you brought it back. Remember, we just had to remember the channel.
We were 28 there. Every day, 28.
I think BT was 50 actually, and then like Cartoon Network was like 52, 53. You have to remember all them little
yeah.
channels.
Cartoon Network was good for me. It's ESPN was like the mid 20s. It was like 1,000 ESPN.
It was like
Yeah.
30, and I never used to watch ESPN, but I think it was like 34 for us. TNT was like 27. Man, you bring about memory.
You're 24. All that shit locked up in here. That's crazy.
We are getting programmed.
It's crazy how that's still locked in.
Yeah.
That's still locked in.
I can remember that, man, but I can't remember my new apartment address right now. I can remember what channel BET was on, man.
I feel like I see the TV listings going down in my head right now.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh man.
That guy, and you know what? And I knew what freaking 106 and Park. Like I know the videos are gonna play. I know what they're gonna play. Every once in a while, that surprised me.
Yeah.
But like you said, those runs. This video's been top spot for 10 weeks strong. Is it gonna make 11 weeks? I'm like, yeah. And then something else would top it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, I like that song.
They had to retire the videos. That's how bad it got.
Yep.
Ooh.
Hey man, it was the good old days of music TV, man. I'm gonna tell you, for me, I think the music I listened to was more diverse back then, because BT was the only channel for us. The box was everything,
Mhm.
but VH1 had like I think pop-up video, and I was always interested in like the stories behind the videos or behind the artists, and they would pop up with the stats with that. And of course, MTV was the king. So what they were feeding me was a diverse set of music. Thus, my musical palette was more diverse than I think what it is now. Because now it's hip hop, R&B, and Afro beats.
That's it.
Because it's up to me.
They had Fuse. They had Fuse. They had CMT, Country Music Channel. They had all that.
I used to skip over that. I used to skip over CMT, man.
Yeah, I got
I ain't watch it. I'm just saying like how big music videos were as like a cultural thing in the US. I was always on that hip hop only thing.
Me too.
I'm more diverse now than I was.
Even back then,
Man,
so
I was like
faces more than
specifically New York hip hop, like almost you could almost say mostly Queens only too, because there's a lot of Nas, Mobb Deep, stuff like that, and it kind of broadened out from like New York hip hop. I was in down south and people talking about, oh, Lil Wayne this, Lil Cash Money. I'd be like, no, don't listen to all that. Yeah, I didn't listen to all that. It's not until later on that I got an appreciation for that kind of.
So who was the cat that got you into Southern hip hop?
I feel like maybe around Carter 1, like I kind of being a little bit more open to that, like, and just Ludacris, of course, too, like broke so many barriers. Like he was from the South, but he was spitting, going hard. You know what I'm saying? And then you would have your T.I.s and all that. And then if you really went and listened to like, okay, you listen to Outkast, they would like you had people that was really spitting. So it kind of just changed your mindset of being like, okay, rap isn't just New York rap. Like that's not the only thing out there. Then we started getting finger snappings and all that, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, and here we are, bro.
There we are.
I remember the Laffy Taffy.
Come on, man.
Oh my God, you couldn't escape that down south, bro. You couldn't escape that.
They are a chapter in hip hop history, man.
Yeah.
Lil Jon has his own chapter, that whole segment.
And the East Side Boys.
And yeah, can't forget the East Side Boys. Scrappy was up in there,
Yin
right?
Yang Twins,
Yep.
the
They made
Whisper
a whole song,
song.
Whispering.
Oh, that's not they bad. I don't know. I would like to get your perspective. Well, you was in the South too. I feel like the song that really put them on the map is "Every Now and Then You Get Mad." Yeah, that was the She Talking to Me. Like I forgot the name of that song, but that was the Yin Yang Twins. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the Whisper. They were already hot.
Yeah. Field Mob. We don't have a lot of artists, man. Music done came a long way. Nappy Roots.
Nappy, I love Nappy Roots, man. I feel like they got cut too short.
They had them 2 songs that felt like, and that was it.
Yeah.
Well, that first album was hot.
Yeah.
I bought that album. That whole album was like from front to finish. It was good. They put in work, and then they just vanished, man.
To pivot back real quick, what do you think Tyler Perry could have brought to BET for the culture today? Like, what direction do you think he would have took it?
I have to think about that one. What you got, Kev?
Tyler Perry kind of stuff. Like Tyler Perry right now isn't huge to the point where it's not just about Medea. Like he has a whole spread of different things. So
The
I've kind
have-nots.
of an idea
Yeah,
of what he would put out there.
because I know.
Not sure.
I was, not to cut you off, but just like when you said Tyler Perry stuff, people might chuckle and think Medea, but he got a catalog of some more serious stuff. House of Pain, The Have-Nots. Like it's not just the goofy stuff. And in the studio. So I'm gonna let you finish though. I just want to add that a little bit.
No, I mean you just add into it right there. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So if you think it's just Medea, go look again. He do have a catalog. So I'd expect maybe more of that. Maybe some family type series like House of Pain was. I think some of those would be cool. I see a lot of drama stuff on BT right now, like deep sometimes stuff. I'm not even like I want to watch and be relaxed, and y'all putting me in like a bad space right now with all this very deep and hard to watch type stuff, real drama, crying, and all this other.
My mama don't want me 6. Right?
You got to see a little less of that, and maybe sprinkles of that here and there. I'm more interested in what somebody like 50 would have bring to the table, what Shaq would have bring to the table.
Shaq would have brought some fun stuff.
Yeah, he's a comedian, and he might have bring some lighter things to the platform, and hopefully 50 would have infused some more with the music side of things.
If they could have got Wildin' Out to come to that channel.
Oh, that would have been nice.
I think Nick would have been down for that.
I think, especially Nick now. Yeah. Because Nick got the money. He has the bag. He doesn't need that anymore. So, let me not say he doesn't need it anymore. Let me take that back. I don't think that's his primary objective anymore, right? I think Tyler, man, like to kind of piggyback on what you guys are saying, Tyler brings content. He's a content producer. And I think his range is it's here. He's gonna fill up the channel guy with shows, the programming with shows, man. Like Eli James Harden. In the season, dude's a beast. He's gonna give you points. But he's not that playoff king, right? He's not like your Shonda Rhimes that came out with Scandal and
Grey's Anatomy. How to get away with murder.
These hits, right?
She had fingerprints on Bridgerton, right? She had fingertips on Bridgerton.
Yeah, she did. So he's not there. And even 50 coming out with Power. Power was because it was Power and it was Empire, right? But Power just took off.
Smashed it. It's a whole universe now. Power Book 20. Power Chapter 3. I'm like, all right, bro.
I'm like, all kind of stuff now.
Verse 21. I'm like, okay, go ahead.
And people still into it. And to think that 50 was going against an established vet in Lee Daniels, which is pretty remarkable, man. So that group and Shaq has his reality shows. I think they would have brought a good diverse set to BET, man. So I do think, Rez, to your point, people kind of laughed it off. I know a lot of people said that the BET Wars was due to Tyler Perry owning BET, but he didn't even own it then. He doesn't own it now.
Yeah.
He had nothing to do with that. But who knows, man? Maybe we lost something decent there. Revival of BET, if you will. So, nah, good point.
Channels
You
have
got
done
it.
in my eye. I feel like trying to explain to somebody who came up in this age and this generation that we used to sit there and just watch a channel, they're just like confused. Like you mean like Netflix? No, we used to sit there, wait for the program to come, watch it, maybe record it if you really had like advanced technology. Maybe you recorded it, but we used to sit there, wait for it to come on, watch it, run
wait
on
a
TV
week.
break,
The next
wait,
episode.
run on TV break to go. You couldn't skip ads, you couldn't pause the ads, you couldn't just pay more to make the ads go away. Like I don't know what they could have done with it.
That's insane. Yeah, because I know BET is a streaming service. They have a streaming component.
Yeah.
I did get it to watch a show. I won't say the show because that's part of the something later. But I did get it for that, and it was a good show actually.
Okay.
So we'll see, man. BET is I don't know. Hopefully they could come. I don't see anybody buying BET for $3 billion. I don't know why they would. $2 billion is a lot. Like $2 billion, my dude. I can't imagine that.
I mean, it's a network. I can imagine it.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's a network, but
Yeah.
it's a,
I got tech money in my mind because I've seen all these tech companies going for multiple billions. So I'm like, okay, if you buy a network for a bill, yeah, why not?
I feel like tech companies they have a service they give to the greater good. And BET, I mean, there's people that watch it. You're right. There's people that watch it. There's a lot of people that watch the shows. You're right. That's advertising dollars.
yeah.
Yeah, I have money.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and bring it down to a close. We got the quiz coming up, but before we do the quiz, let y'all guys lead off with the sign-offs. Reg, what you got?
Oh man, thanks for joining us. I hope y'all enjoyed this episodes. I know we had little hiccups here and there, but we got it going, we got it running, and we happy to be here with y'all. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you think. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend, as Chris would say. I'll kick it over to Kev.
That's what's up, man. You done said it all right there. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. We know your time is valuable, so we appreciate when you spend it with us as always. You know what I mean? Keep tuning in. We'll be here whenever day we drop these episodes. Just stand by.
All right, and before y'all tune out, here's a quiz, man. And the winner gets the one Dogecoin, whatever it's worth right now, at 3 cents.
Like a Doja coin? Is this like a Doja Cat coin or like the Doge coin? Just trying to figure out. They got so many coins.
Hey, that's a good question, man. It might be a Doja coin. Either way, it's about 3 cents. All right, since we went down memory lane on BET, I'm gonna hit the fast forward button to bring us back to current times, right? Can you guys name? Because I have a list. Can you guys name? I want to make it hard and easy. At least 2 current BET shows.
Oh. BET shows?
BET shows.
Alright, like 2023.
2023, my guy.
Mama, I'm gonna make it. I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
The earliest thing, or I should say the latest thing that's coming to my mind is a Tyler Perry show with Brown,
Who?
Uncle Brown now, and his wife.
Oh, Meet the Brown.
Assisted living. Tyler Perry's assisted living.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's
That's like the latest thing that's coming to my mind. I don't think that's in 2023. I think that's like 2019.
Let me just say, still running shows. I should have changed to that. Not one that came out just yet.
Maybe it's still running. I wouldn't even know.
I don't even know if that's still running. Let me say this. That was not on my list.
Okay.
I'm going to say that. So
how about that Gabrielle Union show, Mary Jane? Is that still running?
That is old at this point. I think it had been canceled already.
Was that a BET show?
Yeah,
It
man.
was, yeah.
Was it? It was a good show. I hate to say that. That's
hate
how
to say
like
it.
I
Wow.
view BET, because that was a good show. I'm shocked it was on BET. That's sad. I shouldn't say that, but that's how I feel.
Wow. Yeah. I don't
So
know.
here's the list, man. Current BET shows are currently running. and still active for BET. Sister, All the Queen's Men. That's with Ava. How do you say her name? The Oval, which is like Scandal minus.
Scandal
Yes.
Light.
Scandal Light. Scandal Nah. Tales. I have no idea what that's about. First Wives
Oh,
Club.
I know what Tales was. Tales was like that Irv Gotti concept where they would take classic hip hop songs and do almost like a Trapped in the Closet, like a video to it. Like it would be like they would take the Biggie "I Got a Story to Tell" and then turn it into like a short film or something like that.
It's pretty creative. If they, I can see how it could be. If done right, that could be pretty good.
Yeah.
Now I'm about to watch an episode in my TV watching hour.
Yeah.
First Wives Club. I think Jill Scott's in that because I only know because I seen the picture when I was looking at this.
Okay.
There's a Boomerang show. Did not know that.
Okay.
I wonder how that
Something
is.
called 20s and American Soul, which is the show that I got BET for that time, which was about Soul Train, which is actually a good show. I just don't know if they did a season 2 or not, but it was a good show.
I like to watch the
So-
Soul Train one. I like to see how that one goes, but everything as you said, I was like, okay, good to know.
Yeah. Same. Just a lot of BET-ness going on, man.
Put it on Netflix, bro.
Hey, people might watch it.
True.
Don't be too proud for Netflix, because I done seen like what just hit Netflix and it's sending like shot Suits USA. That's like a 10-year-old show. Boom, trending now. Like
Yep.
I always loved Suits, though. I loved Suits when it was out, man, and I'm rewatching it.
she done married a
watched it.
prince like feel like 10 years ago now. Now it's the new life, new fans. Like dang.
You're right. The Queen died.
Yeah.
They had kids.
It doesn't. I'm saying it's been a long time. Yo, they need to put that. I think they should, if they were smart, they should have rolled the wave and licensed out. I don't know what they called the show. I don't know if they called it Pearson. When Lawrence Fishburne ex-wife had a spinoff. That character had a spinoff.
Really?
Yeah,
She did? I didn't know that.
yeah. If they was smart, they put it out at the same time, man. Get that.
You know what? I would have put, you know what BET should give to Netflix is Being Mary Jane.
Hey, you might be surprised.
That might make it. I think that has a good shot of making it in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Otherwise, you
I
wait
mean-
too long, it's just gonna end up on Tubi.
Movie is wild, bro. Like
the concept of people watching the ridiculous clips of like somebody getting shot, and like the budget is so low, you see them like roll off frame or something like that. Like you see a cameraman, like you don't want to be associated with Tubi.
That's funny, man.
Man, I seen the clip, man. I guess the girlfriend or the wife, I don't know what her role is, but it was definitely intimate with the male character. And she was like,
saw
what you
that
been doing for these past 90 days, these 3 months? I went up to your job. You weren't there. He turned around. It's like, you know what? I've been paying for this house, the kids' tuition, that car. I ain't gonna say what he said, but he's like, I've been slanging this thing. That's what I've been
Yo,
doing. This thing.
seen a
He
Tubi.
said the real word.
Wow. I seen a Tubi clip. This lady looked disgruntled. She ran up on a dude and this girl he was with and a kid. Got all 3 of them. The little girl's like, I'm just a kid. She said, pop. I was like, yo, Tubi gotta stop. Tubi gotta be stopped right now. That might be the new BET. Tyler might need to go get Tubi.
Tubi is a menace right now, man.
Because people are watching this stuff. Like, you go get these
to.
young
Why?
talents who just want to act. They're not getting a lot of money. And you put an actual, like, somebody who's just like, okay, this is a real script. Your pants you shouldn't be changing pants between scenes in the same scene. Like, if you could get somebody to clean that up, that might be the move. But I'm going to leave it there. That's a sidebar.
feel like every reality TV, not everyone, but if you're on Love and Hip Hop or like these reality TV shows, like, oh, I'm an actress, I'm an actor. They meant to be. Because I used to wonder, like, they keep saying the actor. I haven't seen any of the shows or movies. Not that I was looking for it, but it never came across my purview. Now I know where they were at. They were in Tubi Land.
There you go.
That, like, when Mufasa told Simba, don't go out there in the shadow.
That's what Tubi's
Right.
the shadow. Tubi's the shadow. Oh my god.
All right, man. We getting long in the tooth, man. You guys got anything else to say?
Nah, that's
You're
it.
good,
Thanks
man.
for rocking with us.
Appreciate y'all.
Man, hit that like button if you had and then subscribe. Thank y'all for coming back. See y'all again next week. We out.
Peace.